aprende, así va hasta donde uno tiene su capacidad de aprender y apreciar lo que hay. Soy nativo, los manglares tuvieron, te voy a hablar así, un bajón, que ya los manglares ya no era lo mismo cuando yo tenía 11 años.
I loved this piece and that feeling of needing to understand the land before you can restore them. And we got that. We got that great journey of restoration, of the history of the land, of the testimonials and perspectives from a diverse set of experts and locals. And I thought the research and the logos of this piece was extremely strong. We also got beautiful cinematography capturing the details and the textures of the area, both small and sweeping, for the viewer to understand this land and feel immersed in it. I appreciate the explanations of their process and what's required in the journey. The music was lovely with this beautiful, brilliant, hopeful pathos underneath. And I thought the shots to end it were gorgeous as well. And it was a really nice way to conclude the piece.
Very informative piece on how these mangroves are a staple in this community and how the restoration of them has been a benefit to the community, various species. Beautiful cinematography also in this, featuring the mangroves throughout the piece. And mangroves are just so visually stimulating to look at. And I really loved how we got to see aspects of the community who has band together to restore. It really made this piece feel like it had a basis, a foundation within a community, and as opposed to just, you know, feeling like we're talking about some sort of environmental issue that could be anywhere. It really made it feel grounded.
Cinematography in this was amazing. I mean, and this subject hit home for me because I grew up with mangroves and they're just such an important part of our ecosystem. I loved it. I liked the interviews. It was hard to listen to because of what's happening to the mangroves, but I liked their care and their passion. Everybody who spoke was so passionate about doing something to change this, and I loved that. I think that the music on this was a great addition. The subject matter was intriguing, like I said, especially to me because I have that vested interest in it.
They're not necessarily a rainforest, they're not necessarily a swamp. It's a little bit of land and water mixed together because it's a tree living in this mass of water. And here, this mangrove project that we get to see develop is a restoration project, and it really shows how you can come from rock bottom, essentially. Like, they did not believe that they were going to be able to rehabilitate and rebuild the mangrove and the links that they have up to this point, and to not only restore but continue to do that preventative work to recover from building this ecosystem that's going to be really good for ultimately in the environment of our earth itself. And so we get to see this journey of them going through the challenges to take this action, to take something that is dying essentially and give it a second life.
Fascinating subject, and it is presented here really well. Just on the subject itself, I thought it was really interesting. Had no awareness of this issue with mangroves in El Salvador. So learning about that was interesting for me, and then also the way it's presented here was great because they take us right to the ground. They show us the issues with the mangroves. It's all explained. We learn about the CMR technique, and we see directly how it affects the people there. So I thought it was all packaged together really well. really informative and also just very interesting. And on top of everything, and actually the most important thing is it really is doing good for the environment there, and even for just the sustainability of the people there. As the animals are coming back, and they rely on those to live. So it's a beautiful story, and we need more of this and more of that, really everywhere in the world. So for that reason alone, I'm glad this film exists, and that they were able to go and even make the EMR that national policy there for mangrove restoration.
People like in El Salvador trying to like restore like the areas to have it like well nurtured like again. And I feel like this is such like an interesting like landscape that not every country like might recognize, but it's still also like the main like natural like part like in the world, because it could be like the lung of this world. So it raised a good awareness to us to see like the mangroves in the more important like perspective.